Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Panchadasi, 11th chapter, and talking about different types of happiness that one get, and one is Brahmananda. Then here is talking about Vasanananda and Vishayananda here. This Vasanananda and Vishayananda are expressed mostly in the waking state and the dream state, and it's discussing about the Vasanananda. It says, when do we experience that? He says in the 96th sloka, Aham asmi hankaraha samanyachadi tattvataha achaditat samanya achadi tattvataha nijanando na mukhyoyam kintu asau tasya vasana kintu asau tasya vasana. So aham asmi iti ahankara, that I am here, I am this, I am that ego notion. Ego is nothing but ahankara. Ahankara is nothing but I am equal to this. That this is starting with the body, Sula Sariram, identifying I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect, I am this, all of my biodata is nothing but expression of ahankara. Expression of ahankara. So essentially, I am asmi means I am existing as iti. Iti means pointing out in the particular, I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect, I am this person who accomplished all such and such things. So aham asmi iti ahankara samanyam. This is that which is non-specific ahankara. There in the states udasinam and achadit tattvataha, being covered on those times when you get a neutral, the vasana ananda, means ahankara is being covered. Ahankara is being covered in the deep sleep state also. And here covered means covered by what? Covered by ignorance. Covered by ignorance. Ignorance covers both my true nature, and also here the ahankara is also covered as though in a potential form it is there. And that's essentially is implication here. Amasmi ahankaraha sama achadi tattvataha nijanandaha nijanandona mukhyoyam. So that vijananda, that is bliss of oneself, mukhya primary, not recognized, kintu, because asau this tasya vasana is due to Brahmananda vasana, that is subtle ahankara is there, and hence ananda is only a lingering in the impression due to indifference. So when I do not have, when I am indifferent and I am as happy as I am, without, oh, that doesn't affect me, or that result doesn't affect me, that means I am indifferent to the results that are coming in due to actions, or many of the vasanas are only in the potential form, and therefore I am indifferent, and it's not expressed, therefore it is called, in the subtle ahankara is there, because my vasanas are different from your vasanas. Same thing, I am indifferent, but you are acting, you are reacting, so the reactions will be different depending upon the nature of my vasanas. So in that state of mind where there is no specific accountability to I am due to these results, then it's only ahankara is in the potential form. There is no kartrutva bhavam, therefore there is no bhoktrutva bhavam, and that's what has to be understood. And that is essentially the happiness that one gets at that time is not really Brahmananda. Brahmananda means pure self, where with the knowledge you are getting, or in the deep sleep state you are getting, but that's not due to that. This is only in the waking and dream state where you are not reactive for the situation because your ahankara is not affected by that. Therefore, you are indifferent, and that happiness is also reflection of pure happiness in the vasana, and he calls it vasanananda. 97. Nirapurita bhandasya bahye saityam na tajjalam kintu niragunastena nirasattvanumiyate. Together, nirapurita bhandasya bahye saityam na tajjalam kintu niragunastena nirasattvanumiyate. Here he is giving an example here. In olden days they put a pot of water and to keep it cool. In fact, we used to do it when we were kids, when we were children. At that time there was no refrigerator, and what you do is you put a pot of mud pot of water, and because of slow evaporation it becomes cool. And also we put to accelerate also we used to put a plate and a sand and put water there and then put a pot there. So by process of evaporation the water gets cold, and through the water the pot also gets cold. Pot doesn't have any cool or temperature, it doesn't have anything to evaporate, but because of the water inside is cold, the pot is also become cold. So nirapurita bhandasya, so if a pot is full with the water, bahya saityam na tajjalam, so if you touch the pot becomes cold, you feel it is cold. So but that coolness is not due to the pot but due to the water inside, even though you are not touching the water. So it is transmitted coolness from the water to the pot and to your hand, and you feel the pot is cold even though you are not touching the water. Kintu niragunastena, that is property of the water only. The water has either cool or hot and not the property of the pot here. Nirasattanumiyate, nirasatta, the presence of the water, anumiyate, it is inferred by touching cold water. When the pot is cold, hey, this has a lot of cold water. So how do I know? Because I am touching the pot. I am not touching the water, but I am touching the pot and deduce that it is cold because there is a water inside. And therefore, same way, when I am touching without indifference in the udasina, the happiness, and I am touching it because of what? Because of the Brahmananda, which is due to the internal, the full of vasanas is what is passed on, and therefore I am happy, or that happiness is, indifference is due to that. So ananda that gets due to indifference is due to not self-realization ananda, it is only due to the vasana ananda, because vasanas are in potential form, and that is causing the reflection here. So he is differentiating the vasanananda and vishayananda. Vishayananda will come back again. 98. Yavad javat ahankara, yavad javat ahankara, vismruto bhasya yogataha, vismruto bhyasa yogataha, abhyasa yogataha, tavat sukshma drustehe, tavat sukshma drustehe, nijanando numiyate, together, yavat ahankaraha, vismruto bhyasa yogataha, tavat tavat sukshma drishtihi nijanando numiyate. So anumiyate, it's inferred. So abhyasa yogataha, by constant practice, yavat as much as, whenever or as much as ahankara, the I am, I-ness, nisprutaha is forgotten, tavat to that extent, sukshma drishtihi, by subtle vision, nijananda anumiyate, the bliss of the self is inferred. So when I am having a happiness being indifferent, that means the Brahmananda or the happiness due to self is indirectly coming through, because the mind is temporarily closed from the ahankara in those moments. It's only in the potential form. Therefore, it's closed. What about Jnani? Jnani, is there ahankara or not? Jnani will have an ahankara. This is interesting here. The ahankara that we are talking about is amanitvam, madam, vittam, ahimsa. That's not that kind of ahankara where egotistical actions, where the ownership, kartrutva bhavam, it is a subtle Vedantic ahankara ways. As long as the body, mind, intellect is alive, that means a jivan mukta, even after realization, whenever he wakes up and he has to identify with the particular body and mind, say, I am this, I am this, I am this, but the identification is only for transactional purposes and not for absolute purposes. He knows I am is Satchidananda, but now he is taking the role of using the role of particular body, mind, intellect, because that prarabdha keep the body, mind, intellect alive. Therefore, he acts. So what happens? Who is acting now? Actually, a Jivan Mukta is the one who understood Aham Brahmasmi. That is, knowledge is there. In contrast to an ignorant person who does not have the knowledge, therefore I am only Jivosmi. So when he makes a contact, he has notion that I am this only, and in the indifferent state, he is only in the potential that ahankara is temporarily covered because of not having any particular role in the actions, and therefore the indifference is the ananda that is getting in that is due to the Brahmananda only reflected in the quietened mind in that stage, because mind is not agitated due to desires. So desires are only in the potential form. As long as desire is there, ahankara is there, and ahankara is there, therefore jivatvam is there. So that is expressed in that. So this is what one has to be careful. So even though I have realized understood the Vedanta, so we talked about, there one has completely understood Tattvamasi, everything is understood. I have been listening to Vedanta for many years, I understand it. But have you realized? No. Why? Because I am not able to claim myself Aham Brahmasmi, because the ahankara is still in the potential form. Aham Jivosmi, the ahankara is still there, and it pops up whenever I am interacting with the world once in a way, because of the ragadveshas are still there. Whenever the vasanas are getting expressed in the world, then these ragadveshas will be, the jivatvam will be there. And when they are not there, then you are seeing the potential happiness that is coming through from the Brahmananda. So how does the lords and the Ishwaras and all that, they have the vasanas tied down, because in the case of the Ishvara, he has the Panaga Bhushana, we call it. So the vasanas are panagas, are snakes, and they are quietened. Bhushana means the forms have been removed, they neutralized, and the neutralized have become a glory of the Lord only. So they do not even say anything unless he permits. This is what we said in the Ganesha also. Ganesha, the head is so big, the intellectual understanding is so big, and the mouse is, the mind is so small, and the mind dare not touch any sweet there unless he allows. That's why, so we see the Ganesha picture and a little mouse sitting there with all the sweets there. In the same way, he doesn't allow the ahankara to come in. That's what essentially implication is. So tavat, as long as it is there, ahankara is there in the potential form. Yavad ahankaraha vismutaha. So in the potential form is there. Tavat sushma drustehe, this ananda is coming out. The brahmananda is being expressed as vasanananda in the indifferent state. So he is qualifying a vasanananda whenever one is indifferent, and when indifference is due to non-reaction to the results of the action. In those cases, even though there is a ahankara is there, that's in the covered by the lack of the expression of activities, lack of the mind involving in it. Therefore, he is happy, and the happiness is coming from the reflection. Even though there is a vasana, so we call it vasanananda. Now he is going to explain the nature of bliss further. Sarvatmana vismutaha san, sarvatmana vismutaha san, sushmatam paramam rajed, sushmatam paramam rajed, alinatvat nad nidraisha, alinatvat na nidraisha, tat dehopi no patet, that dehopi no patet, tato dehopi no patet, sarvatmana vismutaha san, sukshmantam paramam rajed, alinatvat na nidraisha, tato dehopi no patet. So, samatvam samadhi, sarvatmana vismutaha san, sarvatmana vismutaha san, when all the sarvatmana means when all the thoughts here are fully transcended, that means during a samadhi state. Suppose I go to the suppression of the mind, and I am in the samadhi, different from the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state I go naturally. Here I am going to samadhi by quietening my mind, and the thoughts have been suppressed by some kind of a training, and that's called essentially Patanjali Yogabhyasam, where one gets into samadhi. And that samadhi, so sarvatmana vismutaha san, so when all thoughts are being fully transcended, that means fully they quietened down, the mind is quietened, but mind is awake in contrast to the deep sleep state. So sarvatmana vismutaha san, when all the thoughts are fully transcended, that is when one pays attention to the consciousness that is illumining in the mind without consciousness illumining the thoughts. So mind state itself is called vritti actually, even though there is no particular thoughts. Just as in the deep sleep state, it's also called akandakara ajnana vritti, constant absence of any particular subject object reality. That modification of the mind is called vritti. Here the modification of the mind, when I am forcibly suppressing the thought, it's not a transcending the mind. Mind has to be there. Mind will not be transcended even if you die, because you have the mind, it goes to different asanas. So what is the samadhi? Samadhi means absence of particular thoughts in the mind. So a thoughtless mind is a samadhi, but there is no knowledge in that. So it is a thoughtless mind without a knowledge, and thoughtless mind with the knowledge, both are ignorant. That's why Swami Dayananda Saraswati, I think, says, before samadhi I was thoughtful ignorant person, and in the samadhi I am thoughtless ignorant person. Ignorance is remaining because ignorance can only be removed by knowledge, and knowledge can only be gained through a pramana, and therefore a pramana is means of knowledge. So Vedanta Shravanam is required in order to remove the Mula Vidya, that I am this, has to be removed to understand I am the totality. That has to be understood, and it's not saying that, oh, it's very easy to say, because it's a very subtle. The I am totality, Aham Brahmasmi, is very subtle only because it is completely opposite to experiences. I am this, I am this, I am this, I am different from the world, and I am only a finite guy. This is our notion, and this is our experience. And the scripture says you are not finite, you are infinite. If I am infinite, why am I saying finite? That's the problem. So it's not easy to accept the scriptural statement unless my mind is qualified to recognize that when I say I am this, I am identifying with not this as I am pure Satchidananda, has to be understood deeply, and that's where the problem is. It's not easy to go because I am this, that ahankara janita jivatma notion has been going on life after life after life, starting from when we don't know, from the beginning itself. Because from the creation, the mind doesn't get carried. It is only expression of subtle into gross. So from the beginning of creation, I have gone through so many lives with the same notion. How do you know that I have gone through? Because you have this life. This life also you are doing. If you are realized in the last life, you won't be here. So you have to be very careful here. Says this ahankara is temporarily closed down, and that's what is called samadhi. And he is explaining samadhi here. Sarvatmana vismrutaha san, when all the thoughts are fully removed, transcended. Paramam, extremely sukshmatam, in the subtleness. Rajet, they are attained. Alinatvad, thoughts are absorbed. And so mind is there active, but no thoughts in that. Esha, this state, nanidra, it is not sleep. Tataha, deha api, no, not I am not awake, I am not asleep. And no pati, neither is a deep sleep state. Pati means falling down, but falling down means I am alert, at the same time I am not sleepy. So neither sleep nor since I am not falling, and at the same time I am sitting in a position in the Padmasana and I am in the Samadhi. That means I am not sleepy, it's not Nidra, but it is a absence of the thoughts of the subject-object duality, but it's not a Nidra, it's not a deep sleep state, because the mind is conscious of the absence, whereas in the deep sleep state, mind is not conscious of the absence of subject-object. I don't know is only that ignorance is there. Here, I know that there is nothing, no thought. And that state is essentially samadhi, and that is state, vasanas are there, but in a potential form, because there is no knowledge that aham brahmasmi, because I am only jivatma, but I am closing this, I am in the samadhi. That's also an understanding only for that. So the samadhi state is not the realization state, it's only temporarily blocking all the thoughts, and therefore a quietened mind or thoughtless mind is there, and thoughtless mind without the knowledge is only thoughtless mind. And when it comes back with the thoughts, then I am back to the same, because knowledge is not there. I am so and so will be still there. Doing 100, sloka 100. Nadvaitam bhavsate napi, nadvaitam bhavsate napi, nidra tatrasti yat sukham, nidra tatrasti yat sukham, sa brahmananda ichyaha, Bhagavan Arjunam prati. Together. Nadvaitam bhavsate napi, nidra tatrasti yat sukham, sa brahmananda ichyaha, Bhagavan Arjuna prati. So na advaitam bhasate. So though the duality is not experienced in that, na nidra, neither sleep, Tatra, in that state, yat sukham asti, whatever happiness that one gets, saha, that Brahmananda iti, that is the Brahmananda only. And this is, how do you say that? Iti Bhagavan Arjunam Prati. This is what stated by Bhagavan to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. So he is going to quote several slokas from Bhagavad Gita to the effect to prove that when my mind is quietened down, the Ananda that I get is only Brahmananda only. So what is the difference? A Mahatma also feels Brahmananda, a yogi also feeling Brahmananda, and what is the difference? In both cases there is no Ahankara. Only problem is, difference is, a Jnani knows that is I am Brahmasmi, and Ajnani knows that my mind is in the quietened state, does not have the Jnanam about himself. So there is a difference between Jnanam versus Ajnanam, and Ajnanam remains until Jnanam comes. Jnanam can only come by Vritti Jnanam, by going to the teacher. So he says, Tad Vijnanartham sa gurum eva abhigachet. You approach a teacher for that knowledge. So knowledge can only come, the teacher has to teach. Therefore, a Vritti Jnanam is there. That is thought based knowledge is there. That means mind has to be awake. So it's not a thoughtless state, it is a thoughtful state. But what is being pointed out is a state where I am beyond the thoughts. So there is no phala vyapti. There is vritti vyapti jnanam is there, but the jnanam is pointing you to the direction for the one to contemplate and recognize or claim aham brahmasmi. So the teacher doesn't show you are Brahman, cannot teach you Brahman. It only tells you that what is in the direction you have to think, and therefore you have to use the knowledge and go beyond. So there is a vritti jnanam is required to remove your wrong notions about I am this has to be dropped. That is required. So vritti jnanam removes the vritti ajnanam. Because vritti ajnanam is I am this is the notions in the mind has to be removed by vritti jnanam, and there is no phala vyapti because there is no result, because it is directly there, immediately there, all the time there. So it's not like knowing a pot. So in the case of object oriented knowledge, where I see a pot, then there is a pot thought comes and says this is a pot. How do you know? I know this is a pot. So there is I thought also, that is ownership thought by the conscious entity arises to identifying with the or uniting with the idam vritti for me to become I am conscious of the existence of the pot, and therefore I have the knowledge of the pot. So that is, I know this is a pot, I know this is chemistry, I know that's called phalam, fruit is there. That means knowledge of objective knowledge is there. Whereas in the case of the self-knowledge, there is no phalam because there is no fruit. Now I know myself. I know myself, then you are objectifying. I am, period. So I am has to raise, as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, aham taya spurati hrut swayam paramapurna sat. That I am spurati, spontaneously, it is paramam, then paramam, purnam and sat swarupam. That is the nature of ananda that is there, and that is different from the yoga abhyasa ananda that one gets by suppressing their thoughts. So this is what essentially the Vidyaranya is trying to identify, that Patanjali Yoga Sutra, what you get is happiness, is not the same, and this is different from the happiness. So don't try to go and get into that state. What you need is a Jnana Vritti, Vedanta study is required, because Patanjali was also Advaitin only in spite of the Chitta Vritti Nirodha, where all the thoughts are suppressed. We enjoying the Brahmananda, but no knowledge that is Brahmananda. We stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।